guys, we're live. So I'm going to talk about haters and negativity and how we deal with it in this business, because let's be honest, it just happens. It's gonna happen, right? So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about that. I'm gonna go through dealing with it, how to deal with it if you have an unsupportive significant other, and then how my personal experiences with dealing with the haters. So I'm on Periscope and I'm doing this live. So I'm going to not read the comments on Periscope because I don't have time to delete all of the creepy people. So I will come back to Periscope to answer questions at the end. I'm going to go through everything I have to say first. So eventually in this business, we all deal with haters, okay? So if you haven't so far in your business, that's awesome. That's great. Hopefully you can use this information later on if you ever do, or if it ever happens to you in this business. I'm just gonna, okay. So sometimes you deal with negativity right away. It could be when you're thinking about joining or right when you take the plunge. And usually this is from friends, family, and maybe even your boyfriend. 99% of the time, this stems from them not understanding this business, because not everyone understands it, and that's okay. It's okay. When I first joined, I personally didn't experience this, but I've spoke with people who have, and I've learned from different leaders and how they've dealt with it. One thing in particular that really stuck with me through all of this was there was one girl, and she explained that not everyone is going to support you when you first join this business, and sometimes it's extremely hard if it's someone really close to you. So instead of arguing with them about it, or trying to change their mind, you can simply ask them to help you. So what I mean by this is you can call them and be like, hey, I know you may not fully support me in this business venture, but I would still like your help. I have goals and I have goals I want to meet and things I want to accomplish. So every time we talk, could you hold me accountable for them? Someone who doubts you is going to have no problem holding you accountable and asking you about your business every time that you talk, because they're going to be curious about how you're doing, and that's going to keep them intrigued, and that's going to hold you accountable with your business. So it's a win-win for everybody in that situation. So that's what I would do if you have people not supporting you right away in the business. Just, try that and ask them to hold you accountable, because then they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to stay interested, and it's going to end up helping you rather than working against you. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so dealing with an unsupportive significant other. This can be really hard because our business is a lot easier if you have someone supporting you. And of course, we all count on our significant others to, support us and be there for us. So again, for me personally, when I joined, Josh wasn't against it, but he wasn't necessarily, fully on board at first. I didn't let that discourage me though. I kept working hard and telling him about things that I planned to accomplish. As I started to reach each of these goals, he, slowly grew to love the business, and now he's 100% on board. And I know that he's actually sometimes a little bit jealous that I get to work the business so much, because he loves it just as much as I do, and now he wants to do it. The best advice that I can give you when it comes to your significant other is to not push them. You can't make someone support you. So just do you and work your business and work hard, and eventually they will come around. They may even want to join you. You just have to give them time, and you can't push them. Drink some more coffee. Okay, so dealing with haters in general. Remember that they are not paying your bills. It's really as simple as that. The haters do not pay your bills in this business. If you meet someone that's a hater and they say, oh, I will give you $5,000 for stop posting, which no one's ever going to do that. Haters do not pay your bills. Delete them, block them, unfollow them, do whatever you need to do and move on. Keep those blinders on. I do believe that it's different in every situation as far as what's necessary. Sometimes unfollowing is okay, just so you don't see their negativity. And because sometimes those haters will turn into potentials, and those potentials can turn into customers, and those customers can sometimes turn into distributors. So sometimes that unfollowing is okay. But again, sometimes that deleting completely or that blocking is necessary for you to completely, rid yourself of that negativity, because you don't need that in your business. So anyone who has had success in this company will tell you that they don't care what anyone else has to say. They don't let what anyone else has to say get in their way, because they know what's possible with this company. And you can't let anyone else get to you. Yes, I understand that it's tough, but that's why we have each other. That's why we have our teams to lean on. Now, when I say that we have each other, I don't mean when you see a negative status, screenshot it and post it on our group page and be like, oh my gosh, look what this person said. Because if it upset you, it's probably going to upset someone else. So we just don't need to be spreading that negativity around. Again, just delete it and move on, and put your blinders on. So if you see a negative status, my advice would be to ignore it, delete them, and move on, or unfollow in some cases. If you have someone comment on your post or one of your pictures, again, delete it, ignore it, and move on. Arguing with someone, it will only escalate the situation. And in most cases, the person that you're arguing with probably has nothing better to do but to argue with you. So chances are you're not going to win, because it's just going to go on forever. It's just not worth it. If you feel like you need to speak with them more about it, then I would inbox them. But I personally would not continue a conversation on your status, because you don't need that negative attention. So my personal experience. You guys, I have dealt with every kind of hater in this business. And I'm smiling because it's kind of funny to me now. I did let it get to me a little bit in the beginning, but all I can do is laugh at this point, because I know what I have my hands on and I know what I'm doing with this business, and I'm excited about it, and nobody's going to change that. I've had people comment on my statuses. I've had people comment on my pictures. I've had people post statuses about me. As far as the business and even my fitness journey with this business, like, come on, I'm getting healthy. Like, what the heck is your problem? Why are you being a hater? I've had people fake phone calls, fake voicemails. I've had fake info requests. I've even been out places and have had people make snarky remarks, like when they're literally right behind me and they know that I do it works. And I'm just like, what? Like, do you want to wrap? I have them in my purse, like $25. So you just, like I said, at first it's tough to deal with. I'll admit that. But I never let that stop me. I never let anyone else's negativity stand in my way. Because again, I know what's possible with this company. I know my goals, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything stop me from reaching them. This company can help you grow in so many ways. I am finally confident with who I am. I love who I am. I'm strong, and I know what I'm capable of. I've never been proud of myself for who I was. Looking back, I know I wasn't a good person, and I actually was just having this conversation with Rachel. I know that I used to not be a good person, and people talked bad about me, and now I'm a good person, and people still talk bad about me. So that just shows me that, no matter what I do, people are always going to have an opinion. And if you let everyone's opinion dictate your future, you're going to be in bad shape. You have to realize and know, and constantly remember why you started this business. You started for a reason. You started for you. You didn't start for anyone else. No one else is going to pay your bills. No one else is going to do this for you. You have to put your blinders on, put your head down, and get to work, because that's the only thing that's going to help you be successful in this business, you guys. No one can make this happen but you. No one can do this for you. So if you let that negativity get to you, it's just going to bring you down and bring you down and bring you down, and you don't need that. We joined this business initially for that extra income, but I know I've stuck with this business because of the friends I've made and because of the positivity. You can't get this anywhere else. I love the energy and the positivity that we bring to each other. It's just incredible. People are always going to try to knock you down. They're going to. It's just, people want to see you happy, but they don't want to see you doing better than them, and that's the sad truth. As as leaders, we're going to give you the same advice over and over and over again. And it's really simple. It's really simple. Ignore, 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 and move on. Put those blinders on, you guys. Think about the energy that you could have spent arguing with one of the haters. You could have taken that time and that energy and put it into helping someone who's going to help grow your business and whose life you're going to help change. Don't spend time on those negative people or those people those doubters, those haters. Don't spend the time on them, because there's someone else out there who's waiting for you to give them this opportunity and to share this with them, and someone whose life you could change. That's why we do this. So really, it's really simple, you guys. Dealing with negativity at all, just ignore it. Don't deal with it. You don't need to put up with it. You're better than that. There's always going to be someone that has something negative to say. So my advice is to over and over and over again, put your blinders on, keep your blinders on, and focus on your business, and remember why you're doing this. Because again, it's for you. You're doing this for you. So let's see if anyone has any questions. I don't know if anyone will. But I hope that this helped you guys. I know it's pretty basic and pretty simple, but there's not a whole lot to it. It's just keeping your head down and ignoring it, because you can't let all of those other people discourage you. Because if you do, you're gonna have a really tough time being successful. So I hope this helps you guys. Again, I know it was really simple and really short, but it's straight to the point. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me, because like I said, I have been through it all. I have dealt with a lot of negativity, and I wouldn't be where I was if I let it get to me. So keep your blinders on and get to work.